Okay, good morning, students. Today we will be starting with the trigonometric functions. So we have already done the radian and the degree measure, and as I have told you in the previous lecture that you have to convert the table that you have done in class 10th of sine, cos and tan, and then the cosec, sec and cot is the reciprocal of the three functions. We know the measures at 0 degree, 90 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree and 60 degree. Then it's pi, you need to remember pi, which is 180 degree, 3 pi by 2, which is 270 degree, and 2 pi, which is 360 degree. And I'll let you know later on, I'll let you know the method to remember these values also. Also, we have studied three identities, that is sine square x plus cos square x is 1 plus tan square x is sec square x, and 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x. So you need to revise these identities. Okay, so in order to know we know the quadrant. Okay, so there are four parts of a circle. We know in a coordinate geometry there are four quadrants. First quadrant is plus plus, then it is minus plus, then it is minus minus, and then the last one is plus minus. Similarly, here we'll start from the first quadrant. So we have consider a unit circle. Unit circle means a circle with radius 1, and we are taking any point in it, and the point is PAB. PAB means on the x-axis the distance is A units, and on the y-axis the distance is D units. And since it's a unit circle, therefore from the origin to any point on the circle the distance will be 1 unit. So therefore the hypotenuse will be 1. And here the angle is, I have told you, when we take the angle, the anti-clockwise, in my first lecture in trigonometry, the anti-clockwise the angle is positive, and the clockwise the angle is negative. Okay, so now since we'll join all the 3 points, and we can see that it's a right angle triangle. So I have written join origin to the point P such that it forms a right angle triangle. Here base, see base OM is equal to A, and perpendicular MB is equal to B, and the hypotenuse is 1 unit. Then all the trigonometric ratios will be, so there are 6 trigonometric ratios. So sine P by H, that is perpendicular, which was perpendicular my B, hypotenuse is 1, so B by 1. Cos x is base upon by hypotenuse, my base is A divided by 1, and tan x is nothing but sin x by cos x. And if I take the rest of them, cosec, sec and cot, they are all the reciprocals of the three functions that I have shown. So here I can conclude, hence in the first quadrant all 6 signs are positive. Similarly, I'll consider now a unit circle in the second quadrant. See the diagram. Okay, so now again I have taken a point PAB. I'm so sorry. PAB. So here PAB, A means it's a distance on the x-axis. Now the distance is on the left side of the origin, so the distance will be, the point will be negative of the x-axis. And since I know this quadrant, second quadrant is negative positive, so this distance A I have written because distance is always positive, but this side all the numbers will be negative. B will be positive, and here is the angle. This is the angle, the theta which is making. So again I'll join these points O, P and M. So I'll get, this is my angle. Again it's in the anti-clockwise direction, so it will be positive. So again I can see, if this is my angle X, can you see the cursor? So the opposite side, PM will be my perpendicular, OM will be my base, and the hypotenuse is again 1 unit. So here OM is equal to minus A. Why I have written minus A? Because it's in the negative direction of the x-axis. base, and OP is B, which is perpendicular, hypotenuse is 1. So again, sine is what? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Here perpendicular is B, hypotenuse is 1, so it is B by 1, which is B. Can you see in the first case, B is what? Your sine x. So I have replaced B by sine x over here. Can you see the cursor? Now cos x is what? Base by hypotenuse. Base is what? Negative direction of x-axis, so minus a by 1, which is minus a. Can you see that in the first quadrant a is what? Cos x, so I have replaced a by cos x, minus remains as it is. Tan x is sine by cos x, I have put the value negative. Here we can see only sine is positive. Sine is positive, so obviously cos sec will be positive, and cos and tan is negative, so obviously sec and cot will be negative. So hence we can say in the second quadrant only sine is positive. Now similarly we can take the triangles in the third and the fourth quadrant and come to the conclusion that in the first quadrant it is all positive. Second quadrant sine and cosec are positive, rest all are negative. Third quadrant tan and cot are positive, rest all are negative. And in the fourth quadrant cos and sec are positive, rest all negative. So in order to learn I can remember it by a trick, ASTC, which means after school to college. Now on the similar basis, you have question number 1 to question number 5 in NCERT exercise 3.2. It says find the values of the other 5 trigonometric functions. So cos is given to us, x lies in the third quadrant. Third quadrant only tan and cot is positive, rest every function will be negative. So as it is given, cos is negative minus 1 by 2. Here minus represents the quadrant. So since it is minus cos, so minus means it is in the third quadrant. Cos is negative in the third quadrant. Sec is what? The reciprocal of cos. So it is sec x is equal to minus 2 by 1. Here negative sign is for the third quadrant as cosine angle and sec angle is negative. Cos x is equal to base upon hypotenuse. Okay. So I know base is what? 1. Hypotenuse is what? 2. So by Pythagoras theorem, can I say p square is equal to h square minus b square? So p comes out to be root 3. So I have sine. Sine is what? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse, but over here sine will be negative since we are in the third quadrant. X lies in the third quadrant. Only tan and cot will be positive. So perpendicular is root 3. Hypotenuse is 2. So minus root 3 by 2, negative because of the third quadrant. Since sin x is minus root 3 by 2, cos x will be minus 2 by root 3. Okay, and negative because, and cot x is equal to 1 by tan x. I can find out tan x. I'm sorry, I am not written tan x. So tan x is equal to 1 by, cot x is equal to 1 by tan x. If I divide, yes, here it is. Tan x is equal to sin by cos x. Cos x I have already found it out. Sin by cos, tan x is equal to root 3. So cot x comes out to be 1 by tan x, which is 1 by root 3. And automatically, can you see tan x is positive, cot x is positive, and by the formula also after school to college, tan and cot are positive in the third quadrant, so it is there. Question number 1 to 5. Question number 1 I have done. 2, 3, 4 and 5 all are on the same basis. Okay, the negative or the positive sign, you have to keep in mind what is given in the question. Keeping that in mind, you will find the perpendicular, hypotenuse and base depending on the question, and you will apply the same trick in all the questions. They are exactly same. So I request you to try all the rest 4 questions, and if there is any doubt, we can clarify in the next class. Thank you all of you.